Since the NBA was founded in 1946, we've seen so many amazing individual seasons for a player. Back in the 60s, you had the likes of Wilt Chamberlain, who put up monster stats pretty much every single season. Then you fast forward to the 80s, 90s era, you saw Michael Jordan put on an absolute clinic, with many people regarding him as the greatest of all time. Now in the modern era, we've seen the likes of LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, all dominate the game and put up amazing numbers. So who is the next superstar to take the mantle and dominate the league? Who is the next player that is going to have one of the greatest seasons of all time? This player goes by the name of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Drafted with the 13th pick in 2013, I think it's safe to say no one saw this play coming on draft night. No one saw a potential MVP coming with the 13th pick coming out of Greece. He has been amazing, got better every single season, and this season he's turned up another notch somehow, with many people now saying it might be one of the greatest seasons in history for a player. He's leading the Bucks to a first seed, and the numbers he's putting up are pretty amazing. So we'll be discussing this and much more in the video, so if you do go enjoy it, please be sure to help out the channel and give your boy a like and a sub. Any kind of help is greatly appreciated. But without further ado, let's keep talking about this topic on why Giannis could potentially have the greatest season for a player in the history of the National Basketball Association. So Giannis was drafted in 2013 with the 13th pick, I believe, and at the time it was just, he was a project player. He was coming from overseas. They're going to try and develop him and see what he becomes. Maybe a starter at best, but I think the Bucks are pretty blown away what he's becoming. He was an MVP last season. He averaged 27 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. He led the Bucks to a first seed that did get eliminated 6 games to the Toronto Raptors, the eventual champs, of course. And it was that time everyone's like, damn, Giannis is the best player in the league. He's reached his peak. He has a decent jump shot. It's not great enough to be, a threat from outside. But somehow this season, he has kicked it up another notch. Just when you thought it wasn't possible, Giannis has got even better every single season. You look from year 1 to year 6, whatever it is now, he's got better every single year. And it's crazy, there's no way he can get better next season, right? He's putting up astonishing numbers. This season, he's averaging 31.5 points, 12.7 rebounds, 5.5 assists, shooting very efficiently, 57% field goal, so he's always been efficient. He's so powerful driving to the rim in isolation stuff. 34% from 3 on 5 attempts per game, and that is insane. Giannis Antetokounmpo, one of the biggest weaknesses in his game was the ability to stretch the floor. Teams would often give him room to shoot out from there, but this season, he is making sure you guard him. He hit a career-high 5 threes the other day against the Lakers, of course, when they won against another top side in the league. So the Bucks won that because Giannis is amazing. He dropped, 36 points that game? But either way, he's very dangerous from out there. So now he's added that to his game. It's like, how can you stop him? This season, he's got an offensive rating of 113.9 and an amazing, sublime defensive rating of 97.6, which equates to a total net rating of 16.3. Now, I did look at the stats before. Without him on the floor, the Bucks are a +9, which is still pretty good. The Bucks are a top seed. They got a lot of nice pieces, but that additional 7+ when Giannis on the floor is huge. He's easily the best player in the league. He's got the Bucks to the first seed, and I reckon the Bucks will make the finals in the East. I reckon they will play the Lakers or the Clippers. I don't know which one, but the Bucks easily will make the finals. As a Heat fan, of course, I'm hoping we can do it, but I'm gonna be realistic. I think the Bucks have the best shot at doing it. They've just got so many great pieces, and this season he's been so amazing. I reckon he will win MVP. He's a great. He's probably the best two-way player in the league. Easily, he's the best player in the league, offensively and defensively. You have James Harden, of course, who's averaging 40 points, but the Bucks aren't. The Rockets, I don't think they're top 4. I think they're 5th in the West. I'll put a little edit up there, whatever, where they are. I know they won today against the Suns, but, Harden, he's amazing offensively. One of the greatest defensive players we've seen all time, right? But he has those defensive deficiencies. But Giannis, he is an elite defender. Elite! He'll be first team all defense. Probably has a claim to be the defensive player of the year and the MVP. It's probably happened before. I would imagine Michael Jordan's done it a few times, and a few other players probably. So, yeah, he's been doing great at that. And obviously, the title of the video, right, the greatest season in history. And he's looking like, you saw the stats he's putting up this season. But if we're going by the greatest player efficiency rating, aka known as per, it can be a bit of a flawed stat, people have said. But I mean, still a stat regardless, and Giannis is number one all time. So you say the NBA was founded in 1946. Of all the players, you have your Bob Pettits, Wilt Chamberlains, Magic Johnsons, LeBron James, Tim Duncan, Michael Jordan, etc., etc., etc. Giannis is number one in play efficiency rating. And the crazy thing is, Luka Doncic is second with 31.9, and then James Harden is third with 31.8, all from this season. It's almost like the NBA is better today than it was in the 90s. I'm not saying Michael Jordan played against, shit competition, but I mean, Giannis is amazing. And the league is amazing too. And just with Luka being second, it just gives you a real treat of what the 2020 decade will be like. Giannis and Luka are going to absolutely kill next decade. The next 10 years are going to be dominated by those two, I'm sure of it. But if we're going by his stats, he's second in points per game. Do I have to tell you who's first in points? It's James Harden, obviously. He has the highest usage rate in the league behind Giannis, I believe. He's played the most minutes in the league. That's another thing. James Harden's played the most minutes in the league. Giannis isn't even in the top 20. And Giannis is still putting up 31 points. He's not even top 20 in the league, so in minutes. So he's second in points per game. He's first in VORP, aka known as volume over replacement player. And if you don't really know what VORP means, that kind of means like a fancy way to describe win shares, and that's crucial as a player. So he's first in VORP. He's third in defensive box plus minus, and I said he's an elite defender. He's third in defensive box plus minus. He is very good. And then talk about his defensive game. He is first in offensive box plus minus. So whether your thoughts are on advanced analytics or not, he's still leading a lot, or at least top 3 and top 5 and whatnot, and all these advanced stats. And if you just watch him, you can tell he dominates the game. You don't need all these stats to see it, but they just, give you a little bit more cherry on the cake on what you're seeing. He's second in box plus minus, so, he's second in total of that. He's first in win shares per 48 minutes, and George Hill was like 5th, I believe, in that, so that's cool. He's second in win shares, first in defensive win shares, third in offensive win shares, and first in defensive rating. So in a lot of his advanced analytics, Giannis is top 5, pretty much all of them. So I reckon he will be MVP again easily. He's easily the best player in the league. I know you have your Luka Doncic's and stuff like that, but he's the best player in the league. I don't think it has to be up for debate. The Bucks will probably win 60 games easily. They won 60 games last year, I think. Don't quote me on that. The potential to win 70 games, it's there. Eric Bledsoe is injured at the moment, but I mean, they got through pretty well without Chris Middleton. And that's another thing too. He makes the Bucks what they are. Like, you can say, the Bucks have a lot of nice pieces, but Giannis really molds them all together, if you know what I mean. They run 4 out, 5 out, whatever you want to describe it. So Giannis is that primary ball handler, and they spread out the defense, because when Giannis drives to the rim, it always forces someone to try and help, on the drive. And Giannis is so great at collapsing defenses and making plays to find the open man. You have plays like Chris Middleton is shooting 40% from 3. George Hill is shooting 51% from 3. Kyle Korver, one of the greatest shooters of all time, is shooting 39%. Wes Matthews, 38%. And on top of that, you have great pieces in Dante DiVincenzo, who's been amazing as a backup point guard, and now a starting point guard, of course. And Eric Bledsoe's average. And you have Eric Bledsoe, of course, running the point. Ersan Ilyasova, who's always been a great, utility knife. He's always been great. Then you have the Brook and Robin Lopez, who always do their thing. Brook Lopez is not quite that shooter that we saw last year, which saw him ink that 4-year, $52 million deal, whatever it was. But I mean, they're still, I think they're 24-4. Obviously, they beat the Lakers the other day. They did lose to my Heat a few months ago, but we won't get into that too much. It's only one win. Then yeah, Giannis has been amazing. Bucks will probably make the finals. He's had one of the greatest seasons of all time. We just can't ignore it anymore. He's the best player in the league. I know it's hard to admit, if you're a big LeBron fan, you're still going to say LeBron's the best player and this and that, but if you swapped around Giannis and LeBron, well, Giannis and Davis might not be the greatest of fits, but I see Giannis being a lot better of a fit than the Bucks. With if you put LeBron in the Bucks, Giannis in the Bucks is a way better fit. And top it all off, Giannis is still 25, I believe, and every season he has gotten better. The first season he was just a project, sophomore, whatever, he averaged like 12. So off the top of my head, he averaged like 7 the first year, 12 the second year, was a 16 to 3rd. He won Most Improved Player 2016-17. 2017-18 he was an All-Star. Obviously last year he was an MVP, and this year he's easily going to win MVP unless he gets injured or he just, goes all Space Jam, loses all his powers to some Monstars. But yeah, either way, fellas, that's going to wrap up today's video. If you did go enjoy, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I do put time, I have all the notes here and everything. Hope you enjoyed it. Giannis, best player in the league. Bucks, best team in the league. And then Russo. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.